Your pamplemousse?
Uh-huh.
La Croix pamplemousse.
I'm bringing it. I'm being like a real producer. This is what I know. You carry these at the place, right?
Yeah.
Le Croix pamplemousse.
Man. So French. It's one thing to have La Croix, but if you have La Croix lemon lime, that's like, all right, you know what? Wow, you're pretty fancy with your waters. But if you're like, what flavor is that? Grapefruit? No, no, no.
No.
That's pamplemousse.
Yeah, pamplemousse. Oh, man. Welcome.
Hello.
I guess I just hit record. Wasn't ready. We're just going to get started. This is the Warden Christmas Spectacular.
Yeah.
2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Here in Auburn.
Yeah. Been here for a couple days now. Really saw all the sights, which is I drove through downtown, and then I left Auburn and went to neighboring towns. I did get a chance to stop by Destiny USA to,
Who got a chance. That's a very positive way to say that.
It's a lot of stores, and none of which I have any interest. I mean, it is a mall filled with the most niche stores I think I've ever seen in any mall. It's like one person has this very particular hobby, and they also
Lego.
decide to dump
Candles.
Not even that. It's just like this is a place where we have zombie apocalypse VR airsoft games, and you're like, finally! Like, it's like one person's purest passion and a very particular passion, and they just dump a couple grand into opening up a spot in Destiny, and you just constantly walk by these areas, and there's just one lonely person sitting in there hoping they get a customer. Like, that is what that mall is full of. It's the normal stores, and then dozens of very particular stores with not a single person in them.
I'll still go like through the Finger Lakes Mall. So Destiny USA, for those that don't know, is like the Central New York Mall of America, and it expanded like within the last decade for some reason. I don't know why, because it's like $60 million in debt. It's like,
it is not financially feasible.
2010s was like the decade of being like, let's expand malls. The malls are going to be hot forever.
Right? Right. You know what? This internet thing, if my numbers are right, the internet's really on a downtrend, and brick and mortar's really going to be the success story of retail.
Didn't there used to be when it was Carousel Mall, weren't you able to get like just a Carousel Mall gift certificate?
Yeah.
So you could use it like any store or whatever?
It was like not a gift card. We were not at the life of gift cards yet. It was a gift certificate you could get from their like customer service desk that worked at any place in the mall.
That was the Amazon gift card like back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, you could use it anywhere. It's like, I can use it at Hot Topics or Spencer's, and my parents won't even know.
Right.
Yeah. They can't tell me now.
Yep. Then I'm going to go and get a parental advisory CD, and I'm going to make a little Saturday of it.
Yeah.
I can see, though, that we have a lot of faith in the youth of America. This mall says minors must be accompanied by an adult all the time. It is a 24-hour, if you will, like all open hours, there is a curfew. So if you are a senior in high school, you're valedictorian, you could be told, yeah, you're doing pretty well in life, but you're not coming in this fucking mall.
We don't want your business.
We don't need your money. You do. You need my money. Even if I buy one beverage from the Syracuse newsstand off of the courtyard, you need that income.
Yeah, those Panda Express samples aren't going to eat themselves. We need those.
Oh, good for them too. They didn't even have someone standing out of like with like a tray. They were yelling
from the counter
to try to give away free samples at Cajun Cafe. They were yelling from the counter trying to give away orange chicken.
I still haven't been to... The only time I've been to Destiny USA since I've been back for over 3 years now, I just went to Dick's. I just went from the... Fortunately, there's a way to get inside of Dick's from the outside. You don't have to go into the mall proper. Although I did I sort of ventured off outside of Dick's into the mall proper, and literally nobody in sight. No person, no bodies. It's just stores. And that's like in our town, Finger Lakes Mall, which is a dead mall outside of like Bass Pro and a movie theater. People just walk there, and there are literal stores that are almost like honor system. There's like a thrift or like, what do you call it? Like a flea market store, and it's basically like, just please put money in here if you take anything. It's all trash anyway that nobody wants.
Right.
Or there's stores that are open like 3 days a week at different hours, because there's like a cash for video game store, and I've seen it advertised on like telephone poles and shit. Like it's like cash for games. Like, oh, does they have a website? No. But then I walked in, it's like, oh, here it is. This is the thing that I always see advertised on telephone poles. Not open. Got walls of games and stuff. But I heard that it's actually cheaper to rent a spot in the mall as a storefront than it is to like get a storage spot. It's like,
oh my god, that'd be amazing. What a way to get around like storage fees. Just rent a spot at the mall.
It'd be fun to like live. It wouldn't. Never mind. I did see, again, niche hobby. So last time I'll go into Bass Pro to spend my gift card that I get or get my fish and shit, and then I'll just do a lap around the mall to live my nostalgia of when my grandparents would bring me, and I'd try to like convince them to get me Transformers at KB Toys. And then all the fountains were going. The fountains don't go anymore. There's just pennies in there that are 30 years old, which would be kind of interesting to go grab them. But as I walk down one area of the mall, there's like 6 guys who have laid out a track on the ground, and they're what do you call it, drifting cars, but like RC cars. So they set up a drifting RC car course so that you can just see them
just in the walkway in the mall.
It's down where like sort of J.C. Penney side where that little cutoff is.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
a little now because that was a store there called the 3D printing store or something like that. And all they
where
do,
like the pet shop.
Yes,
was?
exactly.
Okay,
good call. But the guys, they set up just an RC car drifting course, and it's like I just walked by and I wanted to watch, and I was like, I can't tell. Is it creepy if I watch? I mean, they don't care, but I don't think they're doing it for the audience. They're just like, let's do it at the mall because we can get space. And they found their people, which is wild, who's into RC car drifting, and at least 7 to 8 people are, and they were just practicing too. They weren't even doing it. They were rehearsing or practicing, so they were going to like run a time trial or do something wild like that because it counts. This one counts. It was like, for real.
And the weird thing is yes, like malls now are just it's that stuff, and it's like it would work if you were in a high foot traffic area. Like you say that, and because there's an RC place at Destiny that's just one of the massive areas, and there's like what looks like a BMX type course with like hills and stuff. There's a normal race course for RC
real?
racing.
Oh, for RC. Okay.
For
yeah.
RC.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is interesting, right? It looks cool, and I'd probably pay if I was with friends and I had a bunch of friends and they were like, hey, let's go race RC cars against each other. Like, I would pay to do that. Absolutely. But how is that a viable business model in 2025? Because it relies on foot traffic and like people, I don't know, like it blows my mind that A, people do this. B, like that, are banks loaning these people money? Remember like as a kid and like in movies, they always showed like, you have to have a business plan to go to the bank, and the bank is going to be really reluctant to give you money. I feel like banks are just like, yo, man, RC course? What's that going to run you? About 50 grand in the mall? Well, it's Destiny USA. That's a guaranteed winner. Here's your loan. So I feel like but we're also in a world where people are just like, oh, this is a loan I'll never get out of. All right. Like people are way more comfortable being like, this looks like a bad financial decision. I'm so in. I'm so in because right now, this would be really cool for me to try to do. And repercussions aren't even real. And the future is never guaranteed. So fuck it. Like, I feel like that's majority of stores in Destiny now. Is just, mall life is just, have a very odd hobby. Like it enough today to open up a store and just see where it goes. And the answer is it's going to fail.
So that's basically what we do virtually. We have an odd hobby. It's very niche. And we just keep losing money on it. Let's go!
I've confused my priorities. Isn't it supposed to come to me? Yes, this is how it's meant to be. Every
Hopefully the sound is better this time.
Very crap.
I love getting all the comments last time. I can tell how many people don't read the descriptions of the episode, which I get it. Who would? But just wanting to let me know that the sound was bad. And I was like, that's probably good, though, because it's like, you're right. There's not a 0% chance that I don't just throw it out there, you know? But what are you going to do, you know? We could have not put it out. But I think podcasting now, it's so ubiquitous that not a lot of shows are taking chances, you know?
On Cloudy, especially.
Yeah.
You really got to shoot your shot,
Yeah.
even when it seems completely like a bad idea.
Yeah. So I was like, this is good. And it was good because when you listen to it and you're like, God, sometimes it just works out. I don't remember what I talked about, something. I was like, I don't know if I wish I didn't say this. But fortunately, it was on an episode that sounded real bad. So I know people wouldn't listen to it. And actually, I think they did. We got one comment. We've had a comment. We got a new listener. I think so.
I don't know. Whoa.
Well, somebody commented on a YouTube video a couple times ago, and then they commented on this last one, but then they took it off. But it went to my email as a notification, so they deleted it. But they said, "I know who you are, listener." Oh, I don't know who you are, but I know
you exist.
Yeah. But they said something like, "This was my greatest find," or something like of 2024. I'm glad I ran into it, or something like that. And I was like, what?
Why would they delete that comment? That's so mean. That's so mean to then delete that comment.
We need that.
No one, right? And no one's holding you to that. Like, no one's gonna be like, "Oh no, I'll be embarrassed if someone ever sees that I posted
I know.
this."
They think that I might get fired.
By saying this is a great find, you technically didn't even say that you supported what we did. You said the find was great, so that could be for negative reasons. Come back.
I know. We need you. We need the comments.
Right. That can give us another 100-episode confidence.
But it's just nice to know that after like 100 of something, it's so messed up. I know what happened. This fucking thing. This whole, what was going on here? Riverside, stop changing everything. I know what happened is I tried to title the episode during the middle, and I think I hit the volume thing that made the gain go up, and I didn't realize that till later. That's a lot of tech talk, I know. That's real high level audio.
The gains. Definitely, it's got to be the gains.
And now each of us sharing one microphone, so that'll probably go well. A room mic.
Absolutely.
But this has the potential to be 2 weeks in a row of a single cam episode.
Wow.
As we prep for this week you're in Auburn, next week I will be in the Philly, New Jersey area for the big... I guess you could say like the fantasy football debrief. We got all the heads are coming together.
It's our winter meetings.
This
is the owners meetings. All the owners are welcome, but only a few seem to be attending.
Yeah.
We're really going to talk about rule changes, what's best for the league moving forward, things of that nature.
So yeah, a lot of gambling and cards and video games and drinks probably.
Yeah. So
What do you have planned for us?
Oh, see, that's a terrible start. So yeah, Friday night. Yep. I've
So yeah, we'll be there Friday. All right.
Right.
Is everybody getting there Friday?
Yes. Everyone is arriving Friday.
Okay.
So yeah, I have nothing really planned. I'm not one to plan. It's always a crapshoot of going into the city. And when you live near a big city, I've never had to deal with this. Well, I guess a little bit in Buffalo, but not as much. I feel like living where I live, there's always this, should I take them into the city? And what does that mean? Like, what does it mean to be like, hey, do you want to go into the city? First off,
that barcade was cool.
First off, it's the middle of winter. That's a tough sell in itself because it's like, all right, well, we could drive into the city. That's usually a nightmare. So what I usually do is go, well, we can take the train into the city.
All the poop's going to be frozen on the train.
All the train poo is going to be frozen. So we can take the train, which is a very short walk from my house, literally 3-minute walk to get to the train and take that in. And yeah, we went to that barcade, which was neat, for sure. And then there's also Fergie's for karaoke, which we did go to as well. Now beyond that, the downtown, it's kind of like it's weird because it's Philadelphia. So like, I'm not even a history person.
How
but
about
it's
a
like,
museum?
Do you like American history? Well, friend, say no more. Would you like to see the Liberty Bell? Like, because we can. The train stops right by the Liberty Bell. It's the most centralized train stop is very close to the Liberty Bell. We could get off the train and be at the Liberty Bell in 5 minutes.
Should we just...
Independence Hall. Do you like declarations of independence?
Whoa.
Yeah, Independence Hall, right by the Liberty Bell.
See, I kind of would be into that, actually. I don't know.
We can't see the Declaration of Independence. I don't know where that is. I think it's somewhere in there. I honestly have no idea. I'm going to tell you right now. I have no idea where Nick Cage or the Independence Declaration is.
Someone's going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Probably. If they have enough drinks in them. Yeah, so there is like things like that, and there's very interesting architecture. But if you've been to one East Coast big city, you've seen architecture. Boston, New York, they're all old East Coast cities, so they all have that more classic architecture availability. So beyond that, I mean, I guess theoretically there could be a Sixers game going on.
Wait, what about a trivia? Is there going to be a trivia contest happening?
Oh, that
Let's
we're gonna do this in live time. I'm gonna see if my trivia guy, Tony,
not a guy.
Tony Romeo,
dealer.
Tony Romeo.
Jeff.
Let's see if Tony is doing trivia on his schedule.
Because we're going to have a critical mass of people now.
Sure, we're gonna have a total of 5.
Yep.
And if Caitlin wants to endure,
yeah, she can supply her T-Swift, and I'm going to...
She's good on general knowledge.
General information,
On
good.
generals.
Like, would you say like trivial knowledge?
So wait, so Friday's the 24th?
Yeah, sure.
Friday,
Yeah.
Genres Music Trivia Night at Red, White, and Brew Beer Company.
Do we like that? There's a Luke Combs CD cover on the banner for that. That might not be good.
Luke Combs, it looks like Billie Eilish and Nirvana are on this cover.
Okay. 1 out of 3.
All right. A strong 1 out of 3. Ooh, there is a Saturday pop culture trivia and day drinking at 8 and Sand at 2 p.m. That might be the one to
2 p.m.
go
is
to.
the perfect time.
That might be the one to go to. So we might be looking at Saturday daytime trivia at 8 and Sand Brewing. So maybe that's the move. That actually seems
Chill
like that's the
Friday.
move.
Friday's like the everybody
We're
shows
also
up.
gonna have to pick up Jay from the airport at like 10 p.m. because he booked a flight that late.
I'd rather pay for his Uber.
That's true. That is an option too. We could actually just pool and be like, Jay, we're not picking you up. We'll pay for an Uber to bring you across
I would
the
like to
bridge.
be 7 beers deep by then. Yeah,
That's a good point.
We should be balls deep in fucking what is that? You don't know Jack.
Yep.
Jackbox games at that point.
We're gonna be really deep into Jackbox.
Yeah. You know, sort of a digression from old cities and visiting. So, well, I still had to figure out how I was going to get to your place in May. So the Memorial Day weekend, we're going to the Metallica.
Sure, yep.
Sorry, we're going to the Limp Bizkit show with Metallica supporting. And so I was going to use this air ticket that I bought to Philly last year that I didn't take because Bob and I had a romantic road trip where I met Bob for the first time, I think. So I had this ticket, so I was like, cool, this week I'm going to go buy my ticket for May to use that credit. I go on there, because I was like, I got to buy it before February, whatever it was that I bought it last time. And I get on there, and I go in to use it, and it's like, oh, no, you have to travel by February 21st. And this is this week. So I was like, oh, fuck.
Weird.
I have to eat this?
The trip has to be
I
by then?
know.
What's the point of that?
It's like they don't want you to use it.
Weird. So weird.
So then I was just at work, and I was just like, I don't want to like give away the money. So I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't want to use vacation time because now I'm already going this weekend to use vacation time. And then I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta go on vacation again next week. I was like,
Would you if it came down to it, would you use a like less than 24-hour flight just for the pure insanity concept of it? Booking a flight like a round trip, Saturday, fly out to somewhere, Sunday, fly home.
Hi,
Is that the move?
Matt.
That's what I've done. So I booked it yesterday, literally.
Okay.
So I was like, what could I do by February 21st? And I was like, because I already know like one of my coworkers has taken her vacation the week of like spring break because she has to watch her grandkids. So I was like, fuck, I can't go that week. I was like, well, let me just look up. Here's what I'll do. Since it just be a quick turnaround, I'll go to a Bruins game. I'll just go to Boston for a weekend. A quick weekend, maybe use one vacation day, so like a Saturday to Monday. And I found a Saturday afternoon game, Vegas Golden Knights, visiting the Boston Bruins. I had like $460 credit. I found flights to go Saturday and come back Monday. First class. The ticket covered all of it, every way.
First class?
Yeah. Yep. And then I'm looking at hotels. And I'm like, holy shit, like everything's available. This is like super cheap. Like even like there's this one that's like a 15-20 minute walk from TD Garden.
Yeah.
I was like, what the, it's like $100 a night. I was like, are you serious? It's like right on like right in the harbor. Like I don't know if it's the Charles River or one of those. I was like, this is fucking coming up, Matt. And I was like, this is wild. The ticket might be I'm going to wait a little bit to get the game ticket because especially as just one person going, there's going to be a lot of desperate people trying to like ditch their ticket closer to the game. I was like, this is crazy. Like, why is this so cheap? And then after I'd already booked my flight, I was like, oh, this is the Super Bowl weekend. So I will be in Boston for the Super Bowl weekend.
Yes!
I didn't like realize. I was like, because the game is the 8th Saturday. And I was like, oh, Sunday, I'll hang out Sunday just to like explore whatever. I was there a couple years ago for the Winter Classic, but I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I'll just figure out something to do. And then I was like, oh, fuck it. It's the Super Bowl on Sunday. So now, I don't know. I got to find a place to watch the Super Bowl on Sunday.
All right. So here's what I think you should do. Here's my suggestion. Is I think, and I bet you probably can if you put in the effort, you need to find a backer bar
for one of the teams
in the Super Bowl and do that. Now, I'm fairly certain there's got to be, because it's divisional things that happen. So I feel like if the Bills were to make the Super Bowl, you could find a Bills backer bar
that'd be wild
in New England, and that would be the thing to do.
Yeah.
Would be to go that. But yes, that's what you have to do. You have to find a backer bar for the teams that are in the Super Bowl, which right now, as of this recording, could be there's 2 teams. We have 6 teams left in the playoffs.
So Kansas City's won and Washington won, ruining everybody's parlays or money line, whatever, or anything's. But that's kind of cool. I'm fine with it. I feel bad for the Lions, actually. I'm not fine with it. Never mind. It would have been nice to see the Lions and the Bills. But that being said, if Philly does their job today, next week when we're there, it's going to be insane, isn't it? Because they're going to host the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
That could put a wrench in things. Because there's going to be like, I guess everybody who's going to go to the game is already living there, but it's going to be like a chaotic energy surrounding the place, right?
Oh, yeah. I know. It would almost be worth, like, possibly walking to an establishment to watch that game out somewhere. Mm-hmm. That would almost make that worth that. Because, yeah, it'll be nuts. Or it'd be even funnier to not have tickets and just go down to the stadium and just see that chaos first person.
We could just go tailgate and then go back and watch it.
Oh, a lot of people do.
That'd be it's not
a lot of people go and tailgate with no intention of going to the game because then there's the Xfinity Live, which is like the setup of it's this massive building with like 6 different bars in it, and they'll play the entire game and stuff in there, and people will be
just the whole game stay there in the parking lot.
Oh yeah. People will go tailgate and then go to this bar complex to watch the games if they don't have tickets.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like I was like, I got to book this ticket, even if I don't go. I don't know why I wouldn't go, but I was like, I just can't let them. I can't let them have this money
now.
The ghost of myself will be in that seat if nobody else will be. I was like, they're not getting away with this. Mm-hmm. And then what was really fucked was after I had booked that, I got an email that said, "Oh, you got refunded your seat," and I was like, "Wait, did something go wrong?" No, they refunded my $30 Economy Plus seat that I had booked last year on for the Philly trip, because now I had to use my ticket credits, and then they refunded. I guess I paid $30 to get an Economy Plus seat, and it wasn't part of the ticket voucher. But they were never going to refund that to me until I booked another ticket. Isn't that fucked? I don't know if you could, yeah, it's a weird.
So you made money.
Yeah. I made $30 that I didn't know I had.
By booking the ticket itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I'm going to lose money on this trip. That's what I was thinking as I was doing it. It's like, no, I can't because I spent money. I could think of it as a sunk cost because now I'm going to spend hundreds of more dollars.
Analysis. So the sunk cost fallacy of just being like, well, I can't waste $500. What I'm going to do is use that $500 to then go spend $500.
Yeah. So after between the game ticket and the hotel and whatever food, drinks, or whatever. But I don't know. It's like I've never done like just a whirlwind because this is gonna happen in weeks. So I'm pretty excited about it. But I don't know. It's kind of fun. So I'll get Philly and Boston in like 2 out of 3 weekends.
Yeah.
So I think I'll explore the history of white man superiority. It's gonna be very exciting.
It's gonna be very
take the trail.
Yeah. You're gonna feel let's see, how am I illegitimately gonna feel very cultured?
Yeah.
Even though you're not soaking in really new culture, you're just soaking in like white guy culture.
Yeah. It's no kidding. Rich white guys in the 1800s drank beer at this tavern too.
Wow. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm a historian.
Yeah, it's great. So this is weird because usually I have notes pulled up, and now I don't. But I wanted to tell you a story about the day I met my wife, or so I thought. It was a couple weeks ago because I forgot last week I wanted to tell this story.
Okay.
But I was at Prison City, as I am once a week. I'll go there to like grab some to-go food and drink a couple beers. Sometimes I run into people, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I talk to strangers. And I was there, and this woman comes in, this blonde, really a very good-looking woman, not just for me, but like for the world. Like I might, and she talked to me, man.
Oh yeah.
But so she sat a couple seats down for me, and she was cool. I don't remember exactly what we talked about, but. It's rare that you find somebody, that's stupid, it's not rare. It's like, it's rare you find somebody that you're attracted to that you like talking to. It's like, that's not true at all. It's such
guys, you wouldn't believe it. It just gets weirder.
But I don't know, she's like probably mid-30s or something like that to late 30s. So it's like, it's fun to talk to somebody that does shit, has a career, is interesting. And then like her friend showed up. I think she also knows the owners or something because she was bantering with people on the other side of the bar or at the corner. And then she's like, oh, I'm not going to sit with them. And then they were making fun of her. So it was like this really good banter. And I got in the middle of it. And it was just like a good bar vibe, like a Cheers vibe. And I was like, I'm glad I'm included in this. This is very fun. We're talking, then her friend showed up. And then I sort of like, then I didn't want to like be too like in their business.
Right.
Even though I want to do that. I don't mind to do that.
I do want to do that.
Yeah,
I didn't, but I do want to.
My energy says, do it. Just do it. Have it. But then she's the one that kept initiating, like, oh, because I think we had talked enough to where she knew some of me, like what I do for work or stuff I've done. She's like, oh, Matt did this. Matt, tell him about that. Or like, oh, Matt said this once or did this.
Wow.
I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And then I think we did have like a back and forth. And then I talked to her friends, and it was like sort of a group thing. But then I would go back to my thing, and it was enough to where I was like, I don't know. I'd like to see this person again. There's a vibe. I was like getting vibes like I don't always get vibes. And then I had just gotten my food, so I was going to be leaving. But she got up to leave with, I think, one of her friends. She's like, I was like, bye, Matt. And I was like, oh, and this is a great moment to me to have a very baller, confident move. It's like, I'm going to ask for her number in front of her friends and everything like that. And so I did. I was like, hey, well, I should probably get your number. You mind if I get it? And she goes, I can't. It's like, what? It's like, what the fuck?
That's it?
Yeah. She goes, I can't. It's like, wow. It's like, I wasn't like, it was very bizarre because I think even her friends or people were like, "Whoa," but they were also, I don't know. It was very shocking because it's rare that you have like sort of a vibe like that with somebody, and then they were just like, "No," it's like you
can't blindly give the no with no context is so confusing.
I was like, wow, I read that very wrong. I was like, wow. And then she laughed, but I think then afterwards, one of her friends told me, she was like,
oh, really?
well, then one of her friends was like, oh, she just got, I think she said something like this, was like, oh, she and her husband just got divorced 5 days ago. And I was like,
okay.
Well, so what, like next week? She's gonna be here next week.
Are you guys planning on coming back? When do you feel the buffer opens? Like, when is the window open? How your mother had an episode about that, when the window is open with someone.
So I don't know. I'll give it a couple weeks now. But it was so. I'm glad that it wasn't me. That it was her horrible divorce. Yeah.
Right.
But I get it now. I'm not sure why she didn't say it. She doesn't have to. But it was just a total blindside.
Yeah, I kind of no. That's actually one that makes sense. Where it's like, what is it gonna help? Or it's gonna be awkward, certainly, for her to be like, I literally just got divorced or got out of a relationship. The problem is if she says, I just got out of a relationship, it sounds bullshit because it sounds like hack and ambiguous. Well, what does that mean? 6 months ago, a year ago? Like, just got out of a relationship is the way to say it, but it gives no time frame. But she can't go too intense and go, I just got divorced. And she definitely can't say, I got divorced earlier this week. Like,
that's why I never see you here.
Right, like, because then she's probably actually considering your reaction, maybe, because then if she was like, I got divorced 5 days ago, what are you going to be like? Sorry to hear that. You're not. You just asked for her number. You're not sorry that she just got divorced. Like, you're kind of, like, right. Like you say, you'd go like, oh.
So you tell me there's a chance.
So you are like, absolutely, maybe not now, but you're absolutely pending the sale, right? If like you are like in the midst.
I am.
Yeah, your release date hasn't been set, but we have a teaser trailer about you being single. Like,
I'm in the queue.
Right.
I'm in the queue.
I am in the queue. We don't know when it's
hopefully it's not a Ticketmaster queue.
Right.
I just don't want to get. I don't want to have my name in there, and then it's like,
you're back to
you're back to the end.
Yeah. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I may run into her again. I may never, but it was fun, and but yeah, I was like, I don't know. It was like cool. I was like, is this somebody that's interested? You know, it's like when you see somebody on a dating app that seems too good to be true, but they're in person, and you already talked to them, and you know that they're real, so it's even better. It's like some of those like impromptu date moments that happen that aren't really a date, but you just kind of talk to somebody, and there's a vibe, but usually you get the number.
But you get more out of it than you've gotten out of your previous dates.
I know.
So yeah, you're like, this interaction with a random human is better. Even if this isn't the date, this is better than any of the interactions I've had on my recent dates.
I think I actually like you. It's like, this is weird. What's this feeling?
No, the problem is I like you as like a person.
Yeah.
Where do I go with this? Yeah.
It's like,
goodbye, my love.
Yeah, it's one of those. And here's an opposite interaction I had in society.
Perfect.
Not with a girl, but as this was happening this week, I was like, I can't wait to tell Jeff about this. So I worked Saturday, so that means I took a day off during the week, which is nice because you can do whatever. So I took Thursday off, and it was kind of snowy, so I didn't do a lot. But I was like, let me get out on the town. Let me go run some errands. I'll go. You know what? I'll go to Marshall's and just see. I honestly was looking for like thicker winter gloves, but apparently they're sold out. I don't know. I guess they're already on to bathing suit season. But I went there. I found a couple pieces that I might like. Actually, this was funny. In their clearance section, they probably had about 45 Aaron Rodgers Jets jerseys.
Oh no!
I was taking a picture. I was going to send it to you guys, but I was like, I don't. They'll believe me if I tell them that there's a million Aaron Rodgers jerseys. But I got a couple things. Went to the line. The line was long as fuck, which I think is sort of typical of Marshalls anyway. Like if you go into a Marshalls, and you can see when you walk in, the line is going to be what it is. If you self-select yourself into that when you go in, then when you go to the line, you shouldn't really be shocked by what's going on. Why is it busy in the middle of a Thursday afternoon? I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of people in this town that don't work on a Thursday afternoon. And it was me and a bunch of middle-aged white ladies. That's basically what it was. Yeah, so I'm in line, and I was like, I don't mind. Like, I'll get in line. I'll sit 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. It's my day off. I'm shopping for whatever. I'm just out of the house. I don't care. I'm spacing out, looking at candles, children's books, old popcorn, whatever's in the line at Marshall's. It's kind of sitting there. And then I see the chain up in front of me. It's like just this chain of like the way going back to each other, back and forth. Like it's like it's the telephone game of like, why do they only have 2 cashiers? Like, what's taking so long?
Oh, no, the banter. The restless banter.
The energy of it. And I was like, I don't want to get involved in this. It was already making me mad. And then, because I've worked in retail, and I get it. Would it be nice to go faster? Would it be nice if they had more people? Yes, it would. And it got to the two.
We all agree.
It got to the 2 women in front of me who already were talking about what they had purchased. So the woman right in front of me had a cart, and I heard her say to the other one, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just getting things for Christmas for next year." So I was like, "Okay, not an emergency." You're just like you're already shopping for Christmas for next year. But then she like relays the concern of everybody back to me, like, "Oh my God, can you believe this? Like, look how long this is taking? Look at this line." And I was already like incensed. I was like, because I don't care, but I was like, I don't know why it made me so angry. So I said to her, "Good." I know you're like, good. I channeled
the hate flow through you.
I didn't say it in like a super shitty way, but I was like, I don't know. I mean, we're all here in the middle of a Thursday afternoon shopping for things we don't really need. I think we're gonna be okay.
Yes! Yes!
And she didn't say anything.
No. Middle-aged white woman has no idea what to say to that.
And then somehow it leapfrogged me and got to the women behind me. And then like a minute later, like, I don't understand why they only have 2 cashiers. Why do they only have 2 cashiers? And then I just continued. I turned around and I said, I'm sure they're hiring.
No, you doubled down!
Yes! I did it.
Right.
Hey, Jeff.
I did my hey Jeff. I was like,
oh.
I don't know why. I didn't even feel like an asshole.
Angry.
But I was like, just chill. Like, what's so bad about your life that you can't wait an extra 5 fucking minutes? I don't understand. You don't need this shit. And if you're going to Marshall's, you rarely need what you're getting. It's the middle of the afternoon on a Thursday. You could be anywhere else. You've chosen to be here. You saw the line when you came in, and now you're mad about it.
Yeah.
Like, just chill.
Yeah.
But good. I feel like I just wanted to make you proud.
Right. Shut the fuck up. Stop it. Then put your stuff down and leave Marshall's.
Yes, you can go.
No one has pot committed you into this line. You can leave the line at any given time.
Yeah. You can do the passive aggressive thing and just set it in the aisle like a lot of people do.
Trust me. Everyone would be okay with it. Oh. I did not see that second part coming. The first part I could piece it together. The second part was definitely not up your alley. Good. You're learning. This is going to benefit you in the long run.
It's working.
Yep, it's working. Everything's coming together.
I mean, I also wouldn't have done it if they didn't like instigate me in it. Like if they would have just kept it between themselves. But as soon as like she tried to involve me in her anger, like that I was going to be part of her crowd, I was like, no, it's not for me. Sorry.
We actually, oddly enough, we went to Marshall's on Friday. And there were 2 cashiers, and I went to the one cashier, and then Kate went to the other cashier afterwards, and her cashier was like, "I'll take the next customer," like, and he went sassy hand and literally voice fluctuation. I'm not even. He was stereotyping himself because he went like customer like that. And I'm like trying to pay attention to my own interaction, but I'm just observing Caitlin's interaction, and he's just. There's a long line, and he's just having a good time. And he's going through the motions. He's working efficiently, But he's not scrambling. He's just like, hey, did you find everything? Oh, great. Oh, my gosh, this is great. Blah, blah. And he's like, would you like to round up to the visit?
St. Jude's.
You would. Yeah. He's like, great. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. And like, everything was just positive. I'm like, man, can I put you in every retail establishment? Because honestly, I'll love it even more if you're having a good time and people in your line are pissed. I will, because then in my head is, I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, I don't know if you realize it or not, but you not worrying about this line is making those people, it's either going to make them feel better and go, you know what? I do need to calm down. Or it's pissing them off even more, which is win-win. Like, but those people are noticing you doing that. And I props to that guy. I believe his name was Eric. And he reminded me, his look was similar to, remember the guy Tiny Tim that played the ukulele?
Yeah.
The long curly hair and stuff. That's what Eric exactly. Oddly enough, with that voice. But that's what he reminded me of. That was his look. And I'm just like, you are a national treasure, sir. Like, you need to be at every retail establishment.
Well, there was a woman, so the two cashiers, one of the women was an older woman, and she was like, next person, like, find everything all right? Would you like to donate? She had that energy, and the other younger girl was just like just so angry. And it's like, I get it. I can relate to that girl more, because in her head, she's probably, why is everybody here? Why does anybody work? And it's like, I get it. But to be able to be positive about it, number one, makes your day better, even if you can try to, even though you hate it as much as you do.
Yeah.
But then it does. I think for most people, it makes it a better experience. Because no matter how long somebody waits in line, and they hate how long they're waiting, especially the other people in front of them if they have a return, once they're in front of the cashier, they're going to take as long as they want to care. They're not thinking about anybody else behind them anymore.
100%.
They'll have that conversation. They'll talk about anything they want to. They'll be like, take your time. Like, yeah, hangers, yeah, take them off. Yeah, just do whatever you need to do. Like, I'm here. I got all day now that I'm up here, and I'm in the point of sale moment. But I did get some nice socks and a sweet pair of Dickies. So
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. I got a Hurley sweatshirt. I got a sweatshirt for like $17 at Marshall's.
is Hurley coming back? I've seen it at.
I don't know.
I have a windbreaker that I got at Marshall's, a Hurley one, and a running shirt. And I see it's at Kohl's all the time now. So I don't know if it's back.
I don't know.
But I liked what I got.
When I got it, I wanted to throw it on and go home and play like Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Like I'm wearing a Hurley hoodie. I don't know the last time I owned a Hurley product, but that actually made it that much more appetizing. As I'm like, I like this hoodie. I like it more because it's a Hurley hoodie.
Here's something I was thinking about the other day. Whenever I come home from work, or like I'm getting back into the gym again, I took like 2 months off. Just so everybody, if you think I look fat, I am. Okay, I hate myself for it. I did take off like November, December.
Okay.
I don't know. It was like I had to moderate how hard I was going in the gym in 2024. And now I'm getting back into it, and I'm sore again. But I was going like 6 days a week, which is good. But when you're in your 40s, I think it punishes your body a little more than you expect it to. And I don't know. I wanted to go back to the gym. And now I do. So I'm excited about it. Plus the winter, seasonal affective disorder, whatever happens. It's just the holidays. It's a lot of
Try a little
jobs.
harder for those endorphins.
Yeah. Moderate your moderation, as they say. But anyway, so now when I come home, like I just put on the same thing every day. I have a pair of sweatpants. Maybe I'll rotate the tee, but then I have either like a hoodie I wear, a sweatshirt. So I am a creature of habit. Slippers, I got them right now. These slippers, my Birkenstocks that I've had for like 3 years now, well worth the expense. I think they were like $150, but I got them for $100. Get yourself some real slippers. But I wear the same thing every day when I get home or at night. Do you have like a nighttime outfit that you basically wear all the time?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I am not a creature of habit. Habit is very weird to me. Like it just doesn't. I avoid. If the only thing I could deal with a habit would be meals, because it would take the wonderment out of it. But like, I'm not a creature of habit. I don't gravitate towards habitual things. I don't have a nighttime outfit. It's funny. I try to be more, especially in the winter when I'm like, all right, I know I'm not going to go out again today. So like, I try to be more of like, you can get into sweatpants now. Like, you don't have to be sitting on the couch at 10 o'clock at night wearing jeans. Like, it's not weird to get comfortable. But for my entire life, I felt like I was very adverse to getting comfortable just in case something else came up. Like, I was not a person who wore like sweatpants a lot because I'm like, well, I don't want to go out in sweatpants. And so like, or even like basketball shorts or something like that, like comfortable shorts in the summer. Nope. I just wore whatever I wore for the day. I wore until night. I try to be better about that because I do have some comfortable clothes now. So not all the time, but I do like to go upstairs and what it'll be is like it's more often to happen this way is that if my eyes are bothering me, I'll go, yeah, I've worn my contacts all day. I'm like, I'll take out my contacts. And while I'm taking out my contacts, I'm like, I guess I'll also switch into comfortable clothes. That has to be the catalyst because I don't just do it instinctively. It's just not something I've ever done, and I still have a hard time doing it.
I don't know why. It's like so, like, I think it just literally is a habit for me. And again, it's one of the things I don't mind spending money on because I have like these Nike sweatpants. They're probably like $50, but they're so comfortable. They got pockets for I can put stuff in them, and but I just love them. And I don't know what. I think that's the signal that I'm home for the night. Because, like, I don't know that I can go. Because sometimes if I am home all day, like on that Thursday, that's why I make myself go out. I have to put on jeans. I have to, like, be a human for a little bit.
Right.
Even if I, like, go to the gym and do something, I still feel like I have to put on regular pants and go somewhere. Even if it's just window shopping. Usually I buy something. I don't know why. I feel like I'm just a total victim of capitalism. Like, I don't feel alive unless I buy something for the day. Even if it's an iced tea, I got to put money into the economy. But once I do that, once I've done my civic duty, then I have to go home and put on the sweatpants. And I don't know. I think I don't know. I'll think about it this week. But I mean, I obviously thought about it this week. So I was like, "Where's my sweatpants?" I couldn't find them. I was like, "Wait." I started. Who are they? I can't wear shorts.
Help!
You
started yelling.
Help. But I think I'd be curious. Hey, new fan. I see you out there.
Mystery fan.
Let us know in the comments. Do you have an outfit? Do you have a one time or a regular nighttime outfit, or like a series? Like I could see like rotating between like 3 t-shirts or maybe a couple sweats or maybe shorts depending on the weather. I would say most people do.
Yeah?
You think? Or no?
No.
You don't think most people don't?
No. I'm very convinced that it is irregular, but now I'm very intrigued to hear from people. This might be even something worth Facebook posting. To get some reaction, because now I'm curious that you think that it's so. What's the question? The question of how would we present this?
Do you have a regular nighttime outfit?
Okay.
I guess, or like
nighttime outfit parentheses S.
Yeah, like
nighttime
in for
outfits.
the night, in for the night, whatever.
Okay. Do you regularly have the nighttime outfit in for the night?
Do you wear the same pieces at home at night?
Yeah, I mean, I also like to think of the idea that I can sleep comfortably with like comfy pants on. Evidently, sleeping Jeff does not feel the same way because in the middle of the night I'll like remove my sweatpants and stuff like that because I'm too hot.
Same.
So I always try to be like, oh, I'm just gonna go to sleep in this nice comfortable hoodie and sweatpants. No.
It's so weird because when I get into bed, like the sheets, especially because I use the bamboo sheets that are supposed to keep you cool, but when you get into them first at night, they're very cold, so I don't want to just go in boxers because I'm like, need the sweats and the t-shirt. But yeah, wake up at 1 a.m, sweating. Usually sweating. I'm like, what the fuck?
Why did I do this?
Why is it so hot now? It's so warm. I don't like it.
Yeah.
What'd you do were we right about Warden Auburn Christmas for your gifts? Was it cash and gift cards?
Yeah, I mean, mostly that's the kind of the ish that we went with. My brothers and I exchanged T-shirts. So I got a brand new sparkly white, which is that poor sad bastard's not going to last long. I do not do well with white clothing. I got a Super Mario Brothers T-shirt.
What is which iteration of Mario?
It looks It looks like the jumping Mario from like Mario 2.
Ooh.
It doesn't have the turnip in the photo, so it's definitely not Mario 2, but that's like the stylized cartoon look of him. Oh, good jam. All right. So I got that. I got two T-shirts. It looks like a company T-shirt, but it's not if you look closely.
A company T-shirt.
Right, but it's a movie reference because it says like.
Oh, it looks like a logo or something?
It says like Mama Fratelli's Pizzeria. And
Ooh,
it actually has Mother Fratelli on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says like even God damn it, where is it? Astoria, Oregon.
Yeah.
Where it takes place. So it doesn't say the Goonies on it anywhere. So I always like that it doesn't go like, and by the way, it's
just a hot reference.
Right. And then I got another shirt which is very up my alley, and it's a black shirt with white text. And it just says, "You literally mean figuratively." It's such a snarky.
That shirt was made for you.
It's such a snarky fucking shirt.
Oh my god.
To just proper speech and just not understanding things when people are like, "Oh, no, you don't understand. I literally died when I saw this," and it's like. You don't. You can say that you died when you saw this. That's fine. It's figure of speech. But you said it figuratively. You don't know what literally means. So yes, this just says you literally mean figuratively.
Does the is it mostly for the nieces? Like you get them stuff? What are they into? Gift cards?
Gift cards.
That's why I get my niece
Absolutely.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to know why? That's literally out of respect. Like,
yeah, I don't know what you.
Yeah, I don't know what you're into. I'm definitely not gonna guess. I'm not gonna push what I might think I would find interesting. I'm like, no, I have never been a teenage girl in the 2020s, and nor am I going to look into what you find interesting. Mm. So I asked my brother and my sister-in-law, it's what kind of gift cards do they want? Perfect, that works for me. Like, absolutely.
Let me guess. American Eagle.
No.
Hollister.
No.
H&M.
I don't even know if Hollister still exists.
Again,
I think you're still in the 90s with those three being your go-tos.
No, I got my niece an American Eagle one, and somebody told me, like, when I went to Wegmans, like, some of the high school cashiers that play, like, field hockey with her, I was like, I need your help. I was like,
yes!
I was like, what do I get? Like, a good Lane Bryant? Is that, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know.
What do kids like, LL Bean?
Yeah. But no, I got direct. I was like, how about American Eagle? Like, yeah, no, the American Eagle, because they got all the, I think they were about jeans, but like sweats. They're all about, kids just love the sweats these days, apparently.
Oh my God, kids hate flies and like looking kept, which is
Who
great
has
for
the
me.
time,
Because now finally I'm fashionable looking like a mess in sweats. Like now it's just like, oh, well, I got hoodies like that works for me. Now Sephora.
Oh yeah,
Ulta, those things.
I'm
like, okay,
of course.
So
makeup. I feel that's probably good. Yeah, $50. That'll buy you half a lipstick. I don't know. Have you ever been into? Well, yeah. What's your life experience been with going into predominantly female-driven stores like Sephora, Victoria's Secret? Do you go in? What's your vibe? What are you looking at? How close are you leashed to your girlfriend? Do you stay? Do you ever get lost? How do you feel like it?
I don't have a habit. I've gone in. I go in, but I stay in close proximity because I can't wander because I don't want to look at things.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to think I'm looking at things. Yeah. Like, I don't want people to think any sort of way. So it's like, I want to be near the female, and I want her to be talking to me so that people go like, okay, it's not stranger danger. This guy's with a girl. But as far as like going in to buy like gift certificates if I'm by myself, that also doesn't bother me because I know I'm in there with a mission and that this gets done.
That's almost you have to tell somebody when you walk in there. Gift cards. Oh yeah, at the counter where I would go. Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah. When someone's like, oh, welcome to so-and-so. You're like, I need a gift card for a female.
Just at the counter?
Right.
Where they always are?
That's interesting. Yeah, okay. Where the transactions are made?
Yeah.
So yeah, like, it doesn't bother me, but if someone's going to go in and wander, I am the guy that's like, if within an immediate adjacency there's a store that gravitates towards me that probably doesn't gravitate necessarily towards her, I'll be over here. Because I'm like, listen, we both win if I'm preoccupied with something where I can actually wander. So if I'm not in the proximity, I'll maybe go into the store. Especially if it's like, I need to go in here so I can get this. So I know that it's like a focused transaction. But if she's like, oh, I'm gonna go into this store. You getting anything particular? No, I'm just gonna look around. That's my cue to be like, okay, I too am going to look around by something new. Yeah. Or by near.
I'm going to go to the RC car store.
Hell yeah. If it was an arcade, I'd have gone to the arcade.
Yeah. Sephora's not that bad because it's almost like being in...
You're just in Kohl's.
A tech store. You're just like, what is this for? This is interesting. You're just like... look at all these tools.
It's like an Apple store mixed with like a boutique.
How many egg-shaped things exist? This is cool. But yeah, the Victoria's Secret one can be tough because then you got to be like eyes locked because you're just like you don't want to creep. And I get it because I again like I thought about this at Marshall's again. I'm sensitive to it just being in the traditionally men's clothes area and all the wives are buying their husband shit and they're in my way and not being sensitive to my needs, you know, what the clothes I'm looking at. And then, so I can't imagine what it's like going in there to buy underwear and see a guy like me just hanging out there.
What I love about wives in men's stores is when they have like 9+ articles of clothing draped over their arm. I'm like, I'm getting like 1 or 2 things. I'm like, has your husband been naked the last month? I'm like, how are you getting this many articles of clothing? It always blows my mind that, like, sometimes when you would see, like, women in there just, it's like they're on, like, some sort of, like, supermarket sweep or something, and they're trying to achieve some vast total. But I'm like, wow, you're buying a lot of clothes at once.
But then, you know, Victoria's Secret, you go in there with your girlfriend, and... You're just like, do you like this? Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's real good underwear. It's real functional. They're like, yeah, everything in here is meant to be like attractive. Sure. Yeah. But then the worst thing happens is when she's like, all right, I got to go try these on. And they're like, oh, no.
What do I do?
Oh, fuck.
Can I sit up by the register? Like, is there a chair that I can just occupy?
I'm not going to. No, you can sit right here, right by the dressing room. Like, fuck no.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
I can't go in there to see, like, girls as they go in there. What they're...
Right.
Hey, no, there is definitely somebody in there.
Right. It's not a men's store where, like, they're going in with a shirt, like a button-down shirt where you're like, oh, good day. Like, yes, a girl walking in with a bunch of laundry and you're like,
ooh, fantastic choice. Yeah. I could see you in a tea bag. A little whale tail. That's real nice. That's cute. Yeah. What scent is that? Ooh.
That's exotic.
But it's, I mean, I don't know. It's not the worst thing. I guess that means you have a girlfriend in your life who wants to do things with you. So I'd be okay with that again. If you're listening, Prison City stranger.
Once you get to like day 15 or something,
you gotta get that post-divorce underwear. You can't be rocking the same stuff that you were in marriage. You need a whole new fit. There's a new you. You need to really explore yourself.
For sure.
And I want to be there for you. You know what? I'll be waiting at Victoria's Secret at Destiny USA as the only person in the store. I'll be there.
No, it's gonna be like someone's gonna be like, "Can I help you, sir?" Oh, I'm waiting for someone. Oh, are they in the changing room? No, I don't think so. Who are you waiting for? I don't know her name. I'm just hoping that she comes by here. Well, I recently met an unknown woman who I didn't get her number, who wouldn't give it to me because she was 5 days since her divorce. I'm just seeing if she's looking for that new post-divorce underwear. So I figured this would be a good place to wait. Is that okay? Yeah. You don't need to call security. Yes. Stop it.
Fine, I'll buy something. I know what she likes.
Yeah, you're right. I should have something ready for her when she comes in.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd be comfortable ending at a reasonable hour.
Okay.
And just considering where we might be a week from now.
Yeah.
And how we're going to do that. And if it's going to happen. See, in our mind, we have this plan that, when we're all hanging out that weekend, we'll definitely make an hour to just...
We'll stop and do this.
Yeah.
We've failed at doing this before.
Yes, a couple times.
Yeah.
But this time will be different.
Really good.
Should we make it another episode with guests? That'll be the question, I guess.
Yeah, we could.
A cameo from super producer. I guess if there's a bunch of them, it won't put pressure on any of them to like have to be on the program.
That's a good point.
As you guys are listening to this episode this week, think about it. This could be you on this show. And who would want that? You could have been talking about Victoria's Secret today, or your future wife. Don't tell your current wife or girlfriend. But yeah, this could be you. So think about it. I know super producer Steve will probably, he's always texting us topics. So, and I will be, actually I'll get the best of both worlds this weekend. I will get to enjoy a journey to Philly with super producer Steve. It'll be our longest hang ever. Whatever it is, the 4.5 hours or whatever it takes, 5 hours. On the way back, I will ride with Bob again. So I will, on the episode after next week, I will have a score for each ride.
Which driver provided the better overall experience?
I will. So things I want to consider. I think both of them, when I've ridden with them, were gracious enough to let me probably have the radio or the music, which is fine. I'm okay not. We could. Maybe, I think what we'll do, though, is I do want to allow each of you to have your own choices. And I will, so there'll definitely be a music or podcast element. So whether it's for half of the ride, all the ride, you can do that. I guess I want to think about maybe a decision to stop. Do we need to stop? What's the vibe? Like, are you going to ask me if I need to stop, if I need to go to the bathroom? How many times do you need to go to the bathroom? Do you want to call for a snack in the middle of it? I don't know. What's the vibe? How's the weather? How do you handle the weather? It might be a little snowy, icy. How smooth is the ride? And most importantly, conversation. I think in each ride, I'm going to time the longest moment of silence. And I don't know if you want the longest or the shortest. I don't know. But I'm gonna time to see how we recover from it.
I think what you need to do, the most important part of this is I think you need to come up with categories that you can score people on a scale of 1 to 10. You need like 10 categories and then stick to them on both the trip down, trip back. And then what we'll do is debrief, almost like it's a feedback session.
All right.
On the episode afterwards.
All right. So come up with a few. So maybe I'll come up with like 10 categories. So I've already given you a hint. So you're listening to the show. If you're a listener, you're gonna have a head start. I know you both listened to it. So Bob was one of the first commenters. Like, this sounds like shit. This episode. I was like, I know.
we got really great feedback from Bob.
I know.
Pretty quick after the episode was released, saying that the sound was shit. So really good.
But hey, I might be into that. Maybe I want a little abuse. Maybe on the ride, we'll see. Yeah, talk down to me. So we'll see. But there will be some nebulous categories. So no pressure. Honestly, I would say just be yourself. Or don't.
Or be someone very different.
Or be someone different.
Don't make it a habit.
Either way, it'll go in your permanent record.
Right.
It counts.
Godspeed.
And it will be part of this program. We'll see you next week in Jersey. Full body dance.